has Cornerstone Church been in existence?
Well, our first Sunday was January 2nd, the first of the year.
Oh my.
So we're very new, yes, or the church is very new.
What prompted the beginning of the Cornerstone Church?
Well, a lot of things, but I think one of the big things, I thought you might ask this question, I've been thinking about it. One of the things I think that prompted this group, we talked about it, was that especially in the late 20th century, the last 50, 60 years, a lot of churches have gone to a not denominational association. People seem to like getting away from being a Lutheran, being a Baptist, being a Presbyterian, and a lot of the churches in the area, for instance, Christ Community over in Beatrice, and our home church in Colorado has gone to a name that's more of a community name, and people seem to like that. I think part of the problem has been that people feel like, well, some of the associations of being whatever has negative connotations. So people like the idea of being an independent church. So the community church, I think, will have good response here.
So this has started more as a community, non-denominational type church?
Right,
Yeah,
right.
exactly.
Rather than being in association with a particular denomination.
Have you had good response?
I think we have. You speak to it probably better than I can.
I'm kind of the historian, although I just kind of write things down. But our highest attendance was 46 on a Sunday morning, and then just this past Sunday we had 40. I mean, if you go by attendance, and that's what we have. We have 8 original members and co-founders that are actually members, and the church is incorporated. But otherwise, we have new people coming every Sunday, and I think there's only 2 people that have come that have never come back a second time. Now, they may not come every Sunday, but ever so often they'll come in. And I think that's kind of the non-denominational part that people like. They feel like, our society is kind of transient these days. And they feel like they can just come in and worship on a Sunday morning. And then, if we would like people to be committed and serve, and I think that'll come with time. But
I'm just the interim pastor here. They will be looking for their regular full-time pastor in due time. But one of the things in starting churches, this is the 3rd church that we've started. Typically, your first couple of years are building, and once you reach critical mass, you take off. But programs build churches, whether you a youth program, choir, whatever. And one of the programs we're planning to start this fall is called Awana. It comes from a Bible verse meaning "Approved workmen are not ashamed."
Did you find the pastor then?
he had been interim pastor at our church before, when they were without a pastor, looking for one. And so that's what he does right now, is interim work. And so we had known him from a couple different internships.
So he comes, and he comes for a year. He agreed to come for a year till we get on our feet and get
the organization I work for is called IMISOS, and you want me to wait, Sandy?
No, you're fine.
Okay.
I'm trying to see what I'm doing.
Okay.
Go ahead.
And what we do is we come when a pastor resigns or whatever. So this is really my third assignment in Fairbury. We were at the First Baptist Church before Pastor Jim Cutts came here for I think 9 months. And then he came as pastor. He had attended the same seminary that I had attended. And then I went on to another church for the best part of 2 years. And then when Pastor Cutts was killed by that truck accident, they asked if I'd come back, which we did. And we stayed till December, and then they got their new pastor now. So, but it's something I enjoy doing, and we've done several churches where we've started them. An interesting part of our career. My wife and I both have been involved in starting. Actually, this will be our 2 churches. One church we started in Pennsylvania when we were in seminary, way back in the 60s. So it's been a while. And then when I was teaching at Dallas Bible College, we started one with another family in Dallas, and that church is doing really well. We started 2 churches in Albuquerque that are, the one church has turned into a seminary now, believe it or not. The other one's now getting close to celebrating the 30th anniversary, so they're coming along.
You've really traveled around the country then.
We have, yeah. I taught for almost 7 years at Dallas Bible College when I got out of seminary. But a church in Albuquerque that was starting asked if we would come, and we were very reluctant. I didn't feel like my gift was in the pastoral area. But they asked if we would come and said, if you come, we'll allow you to travel back and finish your dissertation work. So I said, in return, I'll promise to stay 5 years. We stayed 7. And
We have Sunday school classes for all ages, adult on down, and so that's something that's, we have probably as many coming to Sunday school some Sundays as we do to the church service, so.
Do you have enough Sunday school teachers for that?
that's work we could use more.
So far, so good. You know, so far it's worked out, and our Sunday schools, some mornings it's like a one-room schoolhouse Sunday school, and then some mornings when we have a lot of different ages, then we were able to divide them up.
And then we do have a Wednesday night program, which we spend part of that time in prayer and part of it in somewhat study and some of the other things. Right now we're using it as a training time for the Awana program. So all of us old fogies can help these young kids with all their energy, so we're working on that.
We need